We're back. It is episode 5 of PolishQ Plays the Witness, and we are deep underneath the desert ruins, and we have been solving these puzzles that all seem to have to do with reflections. So these ones, you can see when the light shines off them, you can kind of see where the line is supposed to go. And this is like the second level down, I think. And this is down here is the third level down. So I think tonight we are going to finish this area. But we'll see. I don't know. So this room I have not really looked at yet. It seems like we're on boardwalks. And the room is flooded with water. I see a panel over there, but I'm not seeing any reflection for it. But I do see these controls here. There's this one, and I think there's one over here too. So let's see what these do. Oh, I see. The water level is dropping. How deep does this go? And this looks like it could be an environmental, one of these perspective puzzles. But the trick is finding the right place to stand. Oh, and I just noticed this panel. That's interesting. That's not a shape we've seen before. And, well, we have no idea how to solve this yet. But it's likely that that has to do with a reflection as well. There's a panel down there. Okay, and here's a door that we can't get through yet. And a tunnel going out into the rock. And I recall at surface level there was kind of a pit with scaffolding that looked like it might house an elevator. So I would bet that we're gonna come across an elevator when we finally finish this place, and that's how we'll get back to the surface. And now I'm noticing that in this green square, the top one is filled in, but the reflection is not. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not actually the reflection. It's just... that's the control for raising the water level back up. I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. Let's keep it drained for now. But down here, I wonder if I can... I don't think I can interact with those reflections. That's okay. Well, oh, there it is. Okay, so now we can get the solution for that panel. This one. It's way down there. So it's kind of a zigzag, or a Z, starting at the bottom. I think I can do that. Oops. Ah. Come on. Alright. They're a little hard to control when they're far away from you, just because the panel is comparatively small. Okay. So now we have a new reflection to look at. But that one, we may need to raise the water level to see that. So let's raise it. Okay, here it comes. Okay. Alright, so we start in the bottom left and then do kind of an N shape. Yes. Okay, now we're over here. If the pattern holds, then we probably have to drain the water to see that one. So let's try that. Not seeing anything yet. Right, I'm going to drain the water again. I think I noticed something with that other weird panel in the corner. This one. In the back there. Maybe we can do something with its reflection. Oh, okay. There's that solution. So what's that telling me? It's a little hard to make out, but I think it's kind of an S shape. Okay, so we start at the top middle, go around that'll be the left edge, then cross through the center. Let me go try that. Something like that. No. Something like that. Let me look at it again. Well, I thought I did that a minute ago. But that's not working. Just to make sure I'm not flipping it. No. Okay, let's try draining the water again. Maybe this will help. I don't think that helped. Yeah, I can't see it. There it is. But yeah, no reflection from this angle. All right, one more time. Let's raise the water again. That really looks like kind of an 8 there, but maybe that's not what I'm supposed to be looking at. Because, I mean, if an 8 would not make sense because the line would cross through itself. And I tried... Alright, let me think about that. I'm also still curious about this panel. I haven't seen any... oh, okay. There's a little bit of a clue. Okay, so we know that there's kind of a tooth in the upper left of it that we need to draw. I'm going to make a note of that. So this is another one where we have to kind of piece together different parts of it that we can only see from certain angles. Okay, so we know, obviously we end at the upper left corner, and there's a little bit of a tooth before that. Okay, but to get to the rest of that, we need more information. But I don't know if there's going to be a better place to see it from. Also, this looks like it would be a good place to trace a line, but I'm not exactly sure about that right now. So that goes way down there. I can barely even see the reflection for that puzzle anymore. So it doesn't seem like it's going to help us in that position. And we also have this panel straight below us to worry about, which does not have any reflection. It just is kind of pointing up at the ceiling. And we still have to solve this one in the main series. Or this could be just a total red herring, and maybe we just have to catch the reflection from the right angle on the real object. But it doesn't seem like we can do that. This view is kind of suspicious. Maybe if we look here while it's going down, that might work. But we haven't gotten any further with this one. I could try to just, if we assume the rest of the panel kind of follows the same logic, and we could just try to do this. Oops. Come on. Nope. We need more to solve that one. Alright, my idea was to lower the water, then go over to this side and watch it through here. But now I'm not too sure this is going to work. Not really seeing any reflection pop up. Now it's getting quite deep. Well, this sure makes for riveting watching. I'm sure. Watching me stumble around and not get this. I mean, the first two were relatively straightforward. This one we had to drop the water down to see. This one we had to kind of watch as it came back up. And if we have to stand here to see that reflection, that makes sense because we're kind of like right under the light and we're looking, the panel's pointing at us, which is basically pointing at the light. So if we wanted to see this reflection, I don't know if we can really. Like if we could go down there, that would help, but there doesn't seem to be any way to walk down. Here's a panel. I guess that's the next one we'll be solving. And I can't stand on this one. If I could write it down, but that is not going to happen. I wonder if that panel, kind of the houndstooth panel, I wonder what that would activate. Whether it would let me Oh, well, that looks like it probably activates this door. So never mind. Huh. Well, I'm embarrassed that it's taking this long. But I don't want any help. I'm figuring this out myself. From A to B, the whole game. Oh, look, you can just about see it from here. I wish I could jump. Oops. Okay, let's... Maybe if I lower it again and stand there. Yeah, this looks like the trick. How did I not get that? Okay, yep, there's the solution. It's like a U. I can't tell which side starts and which side ends, but that's not too bad. I mean, there's only two ways it can go. Alright. Oops. Hey. Oh, is it? Do I need to flip it? Okay. That took way too long. I'm sorry. Whoever's watching. Okay, so now we have this one. And does this even have a reflection? Okay, well, let's raise the water back up. Alright, there's the reflection. But I probably need to be somewhere else. Like right around here. Almost. Oh, okay, so I need to be back here, but the water actually covers up the panel. Okay. Alright, keep your eyes peeled. Okay. Okay, so we start at the top, go around the right edge, then we cut up and then down. Cut up and then down. Oops. It's kind of hard to remember these. Cut around the right edge. I thought that was it. Let's try again. I wish I could zoom in a little bit. Yeah, isn't that what I just did? Oh, maybe I have to start at the bottom. That's what I did wrong. Okay, so you start at the bottom, go up, cut down, then go up around the right edge and up to the top. So I had the right shape, I was just doing it backwards. I mean, I was starting at the end. There it is. And now are we... Oh. This light was not on before. Okay, so now I can see the reflection here. Looks like we start here. Oops. And go this way. Not quite. What did I do wrong? Maybe it ends there. Nope. Maybe it starts here and ends where I was starting. Yes. Okay. What did that do? I'm not sure what that did. Maybe let's take another look at this, because now we have a new light source. I might be able to get more of the answer to this puzzle. Maybe just by... No. Okay, nothing... We can't just look at it. Nope. Alright, so let's raise the water. And I know this has to be a starting point for one of those special puzzles. But you probably have to catch it like right when the water is at the right level. Okay, so we still can only see a little bit of the solution for this one. I still don't exactly understand what I accomplished here by solving this panel. Do I need to... Looks like the cable ends down there. I wonder if I have to solve this panel when it's at a certain height. So we know how to solve it. like that. Maybe let's wait until the cable lines up. Or is the cable sinking too? Oh, hey, look, I can just make out a little bit more of that puzzle in the distance. That is tiny, though. It looks like a horizontal segment. Alright, let me write that down. Maybe? No, wait. No, it would be like that. That is really hard to see. Alright, what if I stand here and I raise the water? Okay, that's better. Oh, that's way better. Okay. Okay, yep. Well, yep. Okay. That might be enough information to solve it. So we know I think we have to go down here. Come on. And then up to the top, and then down, and then over. And then we do kind of two teeth. Nice! So now this is open. Let's see what's over here, just real quick. Okay. Okay. This all looks doable. And yes, there is... yeah, I think this is the elevator I was theorizing about. So once we solve this room, we can get back to the surface, it looks like. And that actually, this yellow cube, I think when we activated that laser before, it was also in a yellow cube. That's probably our next laser. I just want to check this room again real quick. I'm still not sure what this square did, but maybe I don't have to worry about it. So, the only thing I do want to do in this room is get this optical illusion. Because I know this is going to be a starting point. At least, seems like it should. And that looks like an ending point. Like if we came around the rim of this kind of crumbled segment of wall. But maybe if we stand here and we wait until the water is like almost to the top. If that doesn't work, I'm not sure what would. So maybe we'll leave this one until later. If this doesn't work. Oh, see? Yeah, it's starting to work. Oh, come on. Is there some way to stop the water at a certain height? I feel like I'm really close. Would this other side make a difference? I don't know, everything seemed to line up better from the other side. That looks... I mean, that looks pretty good. Let's try standing there. We probably need to wait and... We probably need to raise the water and then start lowering it and then try to do this, because if we do it while the water is coming up, it's going to cover up these pathways before we can trace it. I can't even get a start on it yet. So I don't think I'm standing in quite the right place. There we go. There it is. This continues to be very satisfying. Look at that. Alright, I'm glad we took the time to get that. Okay, let's finish this off. So we have 2 panels that we can look at first. This one you can kind of barely see part of the clue. You can't get any reflection off the top. So let's do this one first, because that one, you start in the corner, you go all the way across, and you go down, and you end down there. So you go down at the 4th one. Alright. Easy enough. This one, you start in the upper right, you snake down, and looks like you never come up again. End in the corner. Okay. Again. Now it looks like we have to combine what we can see at the top and what we can see in the lower reflection. This is kind of like double reflections. So... okay, so... I'm going to go up here, and come down here. Do that. No. Okay. It's a better vantage point. Yep. Okay. I see. Nice. Okay, one more lock and then we can use this elevator, I assume. There's also this panel. Is that even a panel? Okay. How can I even do that? If this stuff is in the way. Oh, I have to do the... okay. So I have to do the back of it. So let's... this is going to take some thinking. Okay, so we got to draw what we see in the reflection. Then we've got to flip it. I'm drawing it down. Okay. Okay, so that's not too complicated, but then we have to flip it, like mirror flip it vertically, and then go around to the other side of it. So basically we're just turning it upside down on the page. So let's try that solution. So we would start here, obviously, go around this side, kind of do a staircase down, and then go back up, and that works. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. So now we should be able to get this one. I guess that was what it was already doing. Now we should be able to change this orientation so that we can actually see the reflection. Yes. So it's pretty simple. Look at that. Hey, I think we just finished an area. Let's raise the elevator. Okay, we're going back to the surface. Maybe we weren't even that deep. Felt like we were way deeper. And here comes our... Oh, we got a trophy. Again, we got a trophy the last time that we activated one of these. And I'm sure this is going to shoot a beam up the mountain. Let's see if we can get a... There it is. There's a view. Alright. We just got to wait for it to align. And spin up. And it's not pointing at the mountain. That's a strange development. Well, we're gonna have to go investigate what that's pointing at. First, though, two things. One, I want to go look at the monolith pillar, black pillar, again, to see how many of these we've found. There are still a good number left to go. I hope I got all the ones from underground back there. And the other thing is, there was obviously a passageway beyond the elevator, which I bet is now accessible since we moved it. So let's just take a quick run back down into the dungeon, or the ruins, and see what we can find. Okay. Okay. So that's clearly locked, and we probably have to open it from the other side, but hey, look at this. This wasn't all for vain. That's not a... All for vain is not a phrase. All for naught, I think that's what I meant. So that's another one of those. Done. I'm glad we came back here and checked. Okay. Just want to take a quick peek. Okay, looks like I'm not seeing any other perspective puzzles at the moment. Although I'm sure there are some that are really well hidden. So, what about in this room? It doesn't seem like it. But you can't be too sure. Or too safe. You can't be too careful. I'm having I'm having a hard time remembering my colloquialisms tonight. Okay, so we're gonna go check that out in a minute, but I also wanted to go back to this boathouse for a second. I assume it's a boathouse. I was looking back over some of my videos and there was something that stuck out to me. First of all, there's got to be something to do with these vases. But I don't know what. Like that one's on a higher platform. But there don't seem to be any controls here. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. What I wanted to look at was these panels that we solved way back in episode 1. Because there was this one. Okay. There was this one where we solved the middle part, but there were these brackets covering up other places where we could start lines, like here. So I just want to make sure that like an alternate solution doesn't do additional stuff. Alright, I guess not. Too bad. I was hoping that would have a second effect. But this is definitely part of a perspective puzzle. I probably have to go stand over there and take a look. Oh, hey, this could be... Oh. Now I see. That's why this is here. But... Can I... I need to know if I can move these in any way. Or I need to stand out here somewhere. No, I think I'm maybe too far away now. So what am I missing? I mean, you can see that how it almost lines up to make a line. The yellow vase and the door frame. That do anything? Oh, wait, it did. But what do I want to do? Do I want to raise the... Okay, so it kind of raised the shape that I traced. So let's see what happens if we raise the yellow one. Should be that one. Okay. Does that help? Not really. Can I raise anything else? Can I raise the door? Doesn't look like it. Maybe now I can see it from somewhere else, though. Probably not, because I don't think I could see the door frame from up here. Or can I? No. I think I see the yellow vase, but not the door frame. At least not the whole door frame. I can't climb up to the top of this rock, I don't think. I can see it from there, but that doesn't help. I'm not high enough there. And this is just getting too far away. So would it help me to raise up any of these other ones? May as well just see what happens. You know, maybe there'll be something under these that helps. That won't work, will it? Let's see. No, I need to be... Need to be looking down at it somehow. Like if I could get on the roof. How could I get on the roof? There's stairs. Okay, so I need to get on the roof and then I can get that. How can I get on the roof? There's more stairs. There's this, which doesn't help. It does not seem like I can get on the roof yet. Alright, we'll just come back to that. But I do want to go over here real quick. There's a few things we can look at from this side. Like look at that. Yep, over here. There it is. Alright, one less of those. Okay. Did that go back to this one? Yeah, I think it was that. Oh, but it looks like we can get the one pointing up too, maybe. Yeah, like it's almost lined up there. Okay, yep. Cool. All right. And that, oh, that must be the vase one that we were just trying to do. So we're actually almost done with this pillar. We could probably finish that off if we really wanted to right now. But I think I want to head towards that beacon that we activated. See where it goes. Here's the beacon. And there it goes. I'm going to drink some tea. I'm drinking Lapsang Souchong, kind of the witness of teas. I guess while we traipse over here, let's just think about what we've done in the game so far. We're about hours into the game. And so, of course, we started off with just very simple movement through 3D space and solving line panels that were restricted to these grids on screens. And the screens have, just by using the screens and solving the puzzles, we've been gathering knowledge about the way the panels work and the language used within them, all non-verbally. And not only that, but sometimes the panels are getting us to look at the world in a different way, and they're encouraging us to be more perceptive of our environment. And when we got up to the top of the mountain and we took a look down, we started to see these puzzles in the environment itself, kind of these perspective illusions. And that's kind of taking that idea to the next level. In fact, I see one right there. I don't know if we can do it from this angle, though. And that was still such a cool moment when I noticed those. And all along the way, we've been occasionally finding these audio logs and video clips, which all, at least for the most part, seem to be quotes from various people, either scientists or spiritual leaders or philosophers, that all have to do with, well, perception has been a big theme, kind of our search for answers, the way we interact with the world or a higher power. And it's all kind of starting to gel a little bit for me, thematically. And it's really quite something. I don't know what other medium could deliver a message like this in such a, by giving you such a specific experience and shaping, well, by creating such a context to ponder these ideas in. I don't know. I'm rambling a little bit, I think. But I do think that this is an experience that really you can only have in a video game form. I've heard interviews with Jonathan Blow, and that was one of his goals was definitely to use the medium to its fullest extent possible, and to deliver something that couldn't be delivered by like a movie or a book, because games are not those things, even though sometimes video game developers try to make just like an action movie in video game form, for example. But this, back when I thought it was maybe just panels, you could maybe actually build a theme park like this. Like, that would be the only way to get the same result, really. And that would be insane, obviously, if this was a real place, although I would go there in a heartbeat. But even if you took the time and money to build a place like that, these perspective puzzles would not be possible, because just being able to... well, okay. Just being able to do this is insane. And I didn't think that would work right from here. Like, this is... it doesn't make any sense. In any kind of scientific way. Like, that's just magic, as far as I'm concerned. But you can do that in a video game. And like I said, we're only 5 hours in, and I'm sure we've still only scratched the surface of what secrets this game has. So I think that's what I wanted to say for now. And we have arrived at... well, we can see the beam keeps going into the horizon there, but I think the idea here is maybe we need to rotate this so that we're reflecting the beam towards the mountain. And I wonder if I can... is this active? It is, okay. So let's see if that's the right angle. I don't think it is. We need to go a little bit further, maybe there. Okay. Too far. Too far. Let's try that. Too far again. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got 2 beacons pointing at the mountaintop. And that should mean that another lock has opened up there. But there's really no point to go check it out because we need to shoot a bunch more beams up there. So, let me cut this episode here, I think, after my long, after I rattled off my thoughts like that. That's a nice image to go out on. Okay, I'm going to take a break, and I might record another episode in just a bit. Bye.